had a different point of view of life, bro. I didn't want to be stuck on that 9 to 5. I was like, nah, I have something in me that's a little different. So I was just always digging. I never let that feeling go away, you know? And I'm still going for it.
Today on the Miami Hustle, we got Chris from TreeOFive pulling up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys, brother. Thank you, brother.
Oh, for sure. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time.
Shout out to Miami Hustle.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy's first podcast, so tune in.
Hey, we're lucky to have you on.
Sir.
Shout out to TreeOFive. It's one of the biggest brands out here in Miami. Always repping the city and showing love. And bro,
the best we can, bro. That's what it's about. Showing love and just doing it for the city, always.
For sure. It's an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you, brother.
So I want to ask you, for the people that don't know, where you're from.
Man, so I'm originally from Uruguay in South America. I was raised in Miami, Cutler Ridge to be exact. Then I moved to Palmetto Bay, and that's when my whole TreeOFive adventure started, bro.
Why do you say that?
That's kind of when I moved into high school, and then I got into the cannabis industry.
Okay.
Right then, yeah.
So, what high school did you go to?
I went to Palmetto.
Yo, shout out to Palmetto. Even though I went to Killian for years.
Shout out Palmetto. Shout out Kimbo, Jeff Bezos.
Yes, Jeff Bezos, you went out there to Palmetto?
Jeff Bezos is Palmetto alumni, bro.
Oh, bro, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn, yo, you guys got a good one.
Good mix.
It's crazy.
You got Kimbo, you got Bezos.
So you said in high school you started getting into the cannabis business?
Yeah, man. That's kind of when I started smoking it, and then me and my friends just kind of fell in love with the whole idea behind it and the effects of it. You know, we also were really into sports as well, so we would play sports all day and then hang out after and maybe smoke a joint and play video games. So people kind of started getting the wrong idea about it and looking at us the wrong way. So you know, we kind of stuck it through and did what we did. You know, we always just kind of, by doing the right thing, you know, you couldn't be kind of judged the wrong way, you know?
Right.
So that's kind of what it is.
I mean, yo, shout out to you guys for doing the right thing.
Yeah. Always.
A lot of kids in high school are out here
nowadays, people look at weed and everybody's weed friendly. So shout out everybody for finally coming through.
Yeah, no, shout out to the cannabis business and the cannabis industry.
It's been a long road, but
for real.
It's dope to see where it's at now.
Yeah, so is that how you started the brand TreeOFive? Did it originally?
Bro. I used to freaking text my boys like fire trees. And then eventually just meeting like different cultures here, saying the number 3 in Spanish is like, it sounds like that. And then Jamaicans say tree, and it kind of sounds like that as well. So I was like, man, something's here. And then eventually I came up with that TreeOFive name. And then I was like, bro, I think this is something. I had a feeling inside. I was like, I think this is something. And I came up with the logo, and then I would just sell a little baggie, and I would have a sticker attached to it, you know, boom, and then...
Damn, bro, that's marketing 101.
Yeah, and then I just made a shirt, and then I just started popping off with different things, bro.
How long ago was that?
That was about 8 years ago.
Oh,
8 years ago, I started TreeOFive, but I would sell trees like before that. But when I first came up with the logo and everything was 8 years ago.
So at first, it wasn't even about like clothes?
No, it wasn't. I started just with cannabis, bro.
Damn.
Strictly cannabis. Yeah. Which is what the brand's about. You can see right here where it says quality guaranteed at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, make trees great again.
Yeah, make trees great again. This is our latest drop, and then this is our homegrown iconic drop. Always repping the city.
So what made you transition to a clothing brand?
So I started doing pop-up events, and we were doing, like, everybody was selling trees, you know, so I was like, let me come up with some at the events. So it was tables, a bunch of tables, and everybody would take their bud. People would come in and kind of shop around. So I was seeing everybody was kind of doing the same thing, not a real brand in a way, but everybody was just grinding, trying to make bread. So I was like actually trying to make a brand out of it eventually. So I came up with the rolling papers, and I was selling the rolling papers at these events. At the same time, on the side, kind of making my bread as well, but focusing more on on trying to come up with a brand and push that. So I would come up with the rolling papers. Then the next product I did was the rolling trays. They were like these wood grain rolling trays, and it was like laser engraved. And shout out my boy, What's in Your Pre-Roll. He put that shit on back in the day. And when he put it on his story, I sold like freaking 50 trays, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn, how did you even get into that business of even learning how to make rolling papers and trays?
Man, I just was like
Google?
started searching, searching, reaching out to different manufacturers all over the world, bro. DR, freaking France, Spain, China has a bunch of them, but I never really did anything over there. Indonesia has a bunch of places. So I would just reach out to the people and kind of, eventually I work with the people I work with now, that the papers come from France, but we do everything in Indonesia, like my packaging and stuff like that.
And where do you think that business mindset like came from, with you branding your stuff and then trying to sell it and getting these products?
Where did it come from?
Have you always been...
Man, I just always had something where I had to like, I would achieve something and then I'm like, man, I gotta like do something else, you know, something's missing. It was like something was always, still to today, I'm like, what can I like get to next always? Like, it doesn't matter if the thing was bad or if it was good. Like, if it was bad, I'm still gonna go and be like, fuck it. The next thing I'm gonna do is gonna be good, you know? Short-term memory, and I just keep it pushing forward, really. So that's the trick. Short-term and just keep moving forward, always.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's the hustle in like all of us.
And appreciate the good and the bad, because when it's good, enjoy it, because it might not last as long as you think, you know?
Yeah, true.
So,
yeah, for sure.
What it is.
So then how did you go from selling trays and rolling papers to then a whole clothing line?
I started going to tailgates. You know, I would always go to the UM tailgates and people were rocking like, you know, the guys were still shirts, and I was like, man, let me come up with a TreeOFive design.
Yo, you're a true hustler.
And then I started doing that, and I would go to the tailgates, bro, and pop off with a shirt at a tailgate out of a van. I used to sit in the van, have a tent, and I wouldn't put it on the tent. We would just create like a tailgate party. And then people would come, well, what's going on here? And then we would fucking sell the shirts out of the van.
Yo, that's crazy.
It was pretty cool. Good times, bro. We would have a blast. So
you said you started selling it as clothes 8 years ago, or you started the brand 8 years ago?
Started the brand 8 years ago. I probably started selling clothes like 2-3 years into the brand. I did a shirt once I came out with the logo. It was like a white shirt with the logo, and then people were like, yo, where can I get that at? Boom, and I was just like slanging those while I was hustling trees, you know, and then doing these events. And then Instagram came out, Shopify, and that put me onto a whole nother level, you know, where I was able to showcase my brand, where people were actually sending me pictures and I would just post it. Even stickers, bro. People would send me a sticker and I would put it, I would send them stickers, right? They would get it. They would put it on their skateboard, send me a picture. This was like back in the day, 2015, 2016. And I was posting it on Instagram. Pagada. People were just liking the brand, and it was just like a lifestyle. Surfing, people would go surfing, send me pictures, go on a fishing trip, they'll send me a picture, you know, and I was like, damn, you know, it's actually turning into a whole little movement.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, shout out a couple of my boys from back in the day, you know, they still rep the brand. It's always, you know, keep a clean face, do good business, and your circle's just gonna always stay there.
For sure.
So it's the most important.
Yeah, for real. Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. You started doing this without Instagram, so you really had to be out there in the street, like at tailgates selling shirts. I feel
tailgates. And just like I said, building my network from what I was doing, hustlling on the side, I already had a big, you know, from high school.
So how was that transition?
Clientele from high school that kind of just led over into the field I was already going into.
And how did things change for you when you got involved in Instagram and Shopify?
Man, it took my merch to a next level. Shout out them and Facebook. Even though they still censor us because of cannabis and this and that, but just gotta
Facebook?
Find your ways. Yeah, Instagram too. You can't really promote too much cannabis on there.
Oh yeah.
That's why our designs are low key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard you can't really promote like tobacco.
Designs are low key, but you know you get the meaning out of it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, but soon the platform will allow it. and that's what we're
Yeah,
working
definitely
on.
soon. So with somebody that's listening and they're thinking about starting their own brand, or they have their own merch, have their own brand, what advice would you give them?
Whatever ideas you have, do it. Don't hold them back, because sometimes those are the ones that are the ones that you should push the hardest. But sometimes you might go and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And that person that you ask can just give you the wrong, like, and that you might take it the wrong way and not do it. So it should always be like what you want to do and just move forward with that. Definitely, yeah. Don't let nobody's like energy affect whatever you want to do or get done, or what you're seeing.
Yeah, for sure. And do you have a team? Like, have you been doing this with the team around you, or you just...
I got my boy Pedro.
Shout out
Pedro. Carlos Torres from Vegas.
Yes, sir.
And then I got George as well, the legend. Definitely part of my team. Pedro, Victoria.
Talking about Masvidal?
Yeah.
Okay,
George Masvidal, legend. Definitely.
You said he's part of your team?
Well, he's like my freaking mentor. I'm not gonna lie.
For how long? Like, how did that happen?
I want to say for like, now it's been like 7 years, bro. 6-7 years.
Shit.
Yeah, we've been doing some stuff. Shout out George. Got his book. You can find out about my boy's whole lifestyle right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Straight
Shout out
out of Kendall.
Masvidal.
From the streets to the freaking
That's the
biggest
305
platform,
legend.
you know?
305 legend for real.
But yeah, shout out him. We've built a relationship now where we're like brothers, bro. So it's pretty cool.
So how did that happen? How were you able to get someone like that on your team?
Man, like I said,
Like,
going back to high
him,
school.
Did you know him before?
Going back to high school, Charlie Deca, we just knew each other from back then, and he started wrestling and training with George about 15 years ago. So just them having the friendship that they have, and me knowing Charlie forever as well, we have a pretty good relationship. It just all connected. And then me having the brand and obviously hooking them up with the stuff just led to bigger and better things. So,
yeah. How did
shout out Charlie. You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
Charlie,
Tune
yeah,
into
for
my
real.
boy. Fighting soon, always.
And how did he get involved in the business though? Cause
George?
Yeah.
Just seeing the grind and the stuff that I was putting out and the culture that was, he's seen the future of what the business can be, you know, and where cannabis was leading to. So he reached out, and like I said, he's seen the grind, and it's all about the grind.
Damn,
bro.
it was like that, organic. Like he
Organically.
reached out to you and wanted to be part of the
Yeah,
brand.
he reached
Bro,
out.
shout out to you, because that's
Definitely.
huge. Like,
Yeah,
that's very...
It definitely changed. He put me on the story one time, and I was like, no way. He put my papers on there. I was like, no way. He freaking just tagged me, and I was like getting hella love on IG. So it was definitely a cool organic way of building this relationship.
Super organic, because I would think that most people, to get someone like that involved in their brand, they have to do a bunch of like reaching out to them, trying to sell it to them, trying to get them
and they
involved.
have people that kind of try.
But the fact that he reached out to you, yo, shout out to the
George.
TreeOFive brand, bro.
Yes, sir.
Real ones know,
Putting the
real ones.
grind in. And shout out George. Shout out Charlie, because he always says that. You know what I'm saying? I never forget my boy.
Nah, you got to give all the
Always
shout
give
outs you
credits.
could get. For
Always
real.
give credits.
Yeah, that's huge, bro. So what have you been able to, like, how did that change your business when you got...
It changed my
partner?
business, and it led me to different businesses. So now I'm like dealing and handling a whole other side of things at the same time as pushing the brand and keeping it local. So basically help George with whatever, right-hand man. So we got a bunch of stuff on his end with the promotions. He has the Game Bred Bare Knuckle League, Game Bred Boxing, and Icon. So the 3 different promotions, and we push all those as well. So at the same time as he's out there competing. So shout out my boy. Puts in the real work.
Yeah, for real.
Real work. That boy's
hustling in and out of the ring,
sir.
for real.
So just dealing with all that stuff is pretty cool, you know, and then just seeing the behind the scenes of all that production is pretty dope. Seeing how they build the rings, the matchmaking, the medicals, a bunch of stuff you see, you know, that I was never doing before, and now I'm like, whoa, you know, I can actually do these things, you know? It's no different than other stuff. So it's just taking me there and networking, meeting different people, other brands, collaborating. That's what it's all about.
How important would you say is networking in this type of business?
I think it's the biggest. Some people look at the short term and what they can get now, than building that long-term relationship where it's just like organically gonna just bring you better things, you know? Like I said, you just do good business, and it should just come. It's like a karma thing.
And for sure, no, definitely believe in karma. So
You know?
I'm all about that. Yeah, doing good
and
business
good energy, and just
exactly,
like I said,
good energy. Yeah. So you mentioned being behind the scenes and going to these places. What would you say is like the coolest places that you've been to because of this brand?
coolest place I've been to because of this brand, man. Honestly, the Joe Rogan podcast with George, where they pulled the papers out, and
That's huge.
he hooked
bro.
up Joe Rogan with the pack, and it was on their stream. I don't even know how many people that were watching that stream, but shout out them. Another one, shit, we recently just did Aiden. Aiden was to in today's day, it's probably the biggest streamer out there. I think he had
for
like
sure.
200 people live.
Damn.
It's pretty nuts. So I
At
would
a
say
boxing
that.
event?
But like I said, yeah, at a boxing event. But like I said, it's taken me everywhere. Shout out the brand for,
Yeah.
you know, I quit my job back then. I had a freaking little side job too, and I was just like, man, fuck this. I'm going all in.
Damn.
And
Tell me
then-
about that. What made you? What
I
made
was just
you-
like not happy, bro. I couldn't wait till 5 o'clock to go and hustle. I would get out of work and I'm like, man, now I gotta go see so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. I would get home dead. End of the day, I'm like, man, I can't do this. I'd rather just stay home and focus on what I gotta do here, what I wanna do. I was still young. I was like, I'm not gonna let people force me to do something I don't wanna do. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, straight
Life's
up, bro. I
long,
feel
bro.
you.
If you do it right, you're not rushing it, you're not doing anything crazy, should
No,
be good.
100%. That right there, what you said, literally is what the Miami Hustle is. Like,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
started this podcast because of that feeling where everybody has to go to work. Obviously, you got to pay the bills,
Yeah.
but it's that feeling of as soon as you clock out, you're going to your hustle. You got to do something that you want to do. You can't just be
And the more things you put on your plate, the less you have to focus on what
Yeah.
you really want.
exactly, yeah,
So once you start committing to certain things, it's like your time is getting taken away from that one dream that you want, and you're giving that little percentage of time,
yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah, there has to come a point where you sacrifice a lot of your time and energy, but also money. Like, you could be
Money.
making more hours, but you probably should cut
And
some
then you gotta
hours to
invest
hustle
that money
more.
you're making from the hustle. You gotta invest it back into this thing to try and do this. You know, it's a grind, but you gotta just keep hustling and pushing through and networking, bro. It's just gonna pay off.
How
You might not think about it, but it's gonna pay off, bro. Just gotta keep fucking chopping that wood every day.
Yeah, just being consistent.
Yes, sir.
Yo, so tell me about that decision that you had to make to leave your job. Like, how many years into TreeOFive were you in at that point?
Man, it was like, I want to say it was like 3 years into the job, 2 years into TreeOFive. And then
Okay.
I was like, but I was already, like I said, then my main source of income was just a side hustle.
Yeah,
So I was like ready to get out of work to go keep that clientele base, which was gonna eventually, in the long run, be where I'm at today. And those same people are still, you know, supporting the brand.
yeah.
So that's why I guess it was so important to me at that time, and building those relationships. Because now, like I said, my phone book is
for sure.
definitely.
When you made that decision and you just did 100% like on your brand, how did things change for you?
It changed. Good way and a bad way. People were like, "Oh, you gotta freaking get a job. You're not able to get a job. You're not doing anything." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I got a job." In my head, I got a job. I'm making money. You know, I got my books right. I'm not freaking missing rent. I was doing good. I was living good. So I had a different point of view of life, bro. I didn't want to be stuck on that 9 to 5. I was like, nah, I have something in me that's a little different. So I was just always digging. I never let that feeling go away, you know? And then I'm still going for it.
No, that's important. That's again, like all hustlers relate
Like,
to what
always
you just
going
said.
for it. And then, like I said, it's mainly like they'll say it's not the destination, it's the journey. So you got to appreciate, like, you wake up tomorrow, what the hell are you going to do? Enjoy that now. It's going to be fun. Like, in the long run, when you look back, you're going to be like, damn, I did all that shit. I was doing this and you weren't even enjoying it in the moment. So that's why it's important to, like, appreciate the good and the bad in the time.
Yeah, 100%. There's a book called The Power of Now, and it kind of talks about what you just said.
Yeah?
Yeah, how you gotta like appreciate the now. Like,
Bro,
what's really happening
important.
right now.
And sometimes people get lost in that sauce, and they're 30 and they feel like they're already like, I can't do sports anymore. I can't, bro. What? Go outside, live your life, go out, be active as long as you can. When you stop doing those things that you actually like is when you start,
for real,
getting a little older faster.
Yeah. No, that's really how it is.
Faster, you know what I'm saying?
So when it comes to your designs, who designs them? Where do you come up with the designs? Like, how does that process happen?
So I always
I love all of your designs, like on top of the name of the brand. I love all the designs you come out with. Let me just show this one off real quick, because these aren't regular shirts. Like, this is creativity right here.
So depending on the design we do, I'll reach out to the artist. So on that one, I reached out to some dude on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, he already had something put together, and then kind of just told him a few pointers that I wanted, and I went from there. And then I have a guy in El Salvador that does a bunch of my shit.
Yeah,
he's a really good artist. He's done a couple of my designs that were fire. But I come up with the concept, I come up with the idea and the theme behind it, and I will try to launch it around something like that. 305 day, 420, freaking big guy. So like I go to the tailgates, things that I'm a part of. And then it also brings you into different communities where you can just network. Like I said, it's all about networking. So you're gonna go to the tailgate, you're gonna meet football fans. Then you go to a boxing event, whole new branch of people. You go to the brewery, it's just like a bunch of communities that you wanna. If you're a brand owner, you definitely want to tap into as many different groups. Don't just stick into one and be like, these are no. It's being closed-minded, I feel like. You want to kind of be in every space that you fit in. I used to do events in Hialeah. Shout out my boy Safe House Smoke Shop. He used to do these lowrider events. Badass. They would have competitions, the lowriders. They were bouncing up like 10 feet high, like seeing who can go higher. Sick.
They still do that?
He does them sometimes.
Yeah,
I want to say he does them like one a year. He does them at his shop, Safe House Smoke Shop, dope shop. But yeah, and then that got me into the car community. I ended up buying a car.
Oh shit!
I got an El Camino because of it, and I started working on the car, and yeah, met a couple people there.
Yo, speaking of the smoke shop, have you gotten the TreeOFive brand into smoke shops, or how does that work?
Yeah, we work with a bunch of smoke shops.
How does that
local?
How does that happen? Like, do you just contact them?
Well, I used to go door to door.
For real?
Drive it. When I was quit my job and I was buying the rolling papers, I was buying it from manufacturing them, shipping them over, and then I was just getting them and I would drive shop to shop, selling them. Yo, what's up? I have this brand, And that also led me to meeting a bunch of different people.
I was gonna say that's the hustle right there.
That's that door to door. I went with my packs of papers, and I started with one collection, and then it wasn't enough, because I was like, I have one. So when I put my one on the shelf, it was lost. So then I'm like, all right, now I gotta go and I have to make 5 of the blue ones, hemp, and 5 sizes. Then I gotta make this collection in 5 sizes. So then the cost went up. So then the hustle has to go up even more. So then you're like, all right, now I gotta come up with these packages. And then I gotta, it's once you start getting yourself into more, you start learning, and you're gonna adapt, bro. You just gotta put yourself in that space and don't be scared.
I used to do something similar with smoke shops because I bartend. So what I would do is I saw we were just throwing away these nice bottles every shift, like literally straight to the garbage. Bro, I started collecting the bottles.
Like liquor bottles?
Yeah, liquor bottles. Okay. And I would take them home, turn them into bongs.
Yeah,
and then I had
I've seen those before.
Box full of bongs. Yeah, I had my own company, and I would go to smoke shops too. And I would let them know, like, yo, look, this is my company, this is what I do, and I never run out of bottles.
No, definitely. That was a freaking...
I was getting...
Pure profit.
Exactly.
Pure profit.
Just my service of drilling the hole and like doing the thing.
That's cool as fuck.
But yeah, bro, I feel you when you said you just go to smoke shops.
Door to door, bro. And I would also call some. But at first, bro, I was just going. I would show my face, bro.
Yeah, like, that's important.
This is the owner. I'm here. Boom. It's my company. And then eventually, I was meeting them at the same events that I was doing. So we're building better relationships. We still talk to today.
And what about doing the same thing, but with the clothing brand? Have you been able to get into stores? Like, is that the same process? I work
with some smoke shops as well, but my main focus with the clothes right now, honestly, is I do it on social media. It's my best way. I sell them through Instagram and Facebook. Instagram, Facebook are my best. I want to say Instagram is the easiest way to check it out with that shop on the platform.
So the easiest way for people to shop your merch is through the link on your Instagram?
Yeah, we have a website as well, www.TreeOFive.com.
Yeah, shout
but
them out for sure.
you can also check us out on IG. It's a lot easier, quick checkout, and we'll ship it out.
That's fire.
Shout out all you guys if you do. Appreciate
And
the love.
The business of owning a clothing brand on IG, like how do you get your exposure?
I get my exposure off of just being creative on different content things and being active. You gotta be active with the brand. You gotta go to different events. Gotta have a good content creator that's quick, efficient, on point, always relevant, and then just keeping the flow going, man.
Do you got any events coming up?
Working on a 305 day event. A little pop-up, maybe at Lincoln's Beard Brewery.
Okay.
Shout them out too.
Yes, sir.
To my boys. Super dope spot. And we usually do it there. Like to keep it in the neighborhood, Westchester, Kendall area, so the locals can kind of get there a little quicker.
Yeah, that's fire. That's coming up.
Yeah,
305 day.
Definitely. And then 420 as well. We'll do something.
Oh, true.
So it's a couple of events. Just gotta make sure the schedule, everything aligns.
What do you guys usually do on 420?
420, we usually do a big session, man, at the same place at Lincoln's.
Oh, nice.
Last time we hotboxed this big cooler. I actually
That's
rolled.
what's up.
I think it's still the biggest joint rolled in the city.
Damn.
I'm gonna show it to you, bro. And it's 2 ounces, and I rolled it into a palm
In a
tree.
paper?
In a palm, and it looks like a palm tree.
Damn, bro. I wouldn't think you could do that with a paper. That's crazy.
Bro, it took a minute.
I'm gonna say at least I think that's the biggest one ever rolled here. I don't know.
It took and it burned and it smoked, bro.
I don't know anybody else rolling
If you
up.
guys say something, DM us.
Yeah,
show us what you got.
Let us know, but I don't.
Send us, and I'll send you mine, and we can see what's up.
Yeah, I don't know anybody rolling peas with paper. Yo, what? That's crazy.
That's 2 ounces, bro. And each
How the-
palm
did you
is
do that? Did
each
you roll
palm
this?
is me and my boy rolled
You
that.
rolled this?
And it's
Bro, this
sealed
is-
with a little thing in oil, bro. We would seal it with the paper with wax,
Yo, this is art.
bro.
This should
art.
be- this
You
should
see
be-
the fruits and everything behind it,
Nah,
bro. You know your
look,
boy.
I'm putting it up on the screen too.
Your boy
Bro,
was out
this
there,
should
bro.
be in art
Yeah,
Basel.
bro. That was, and look, and it smoked, bro. This was at that event.
Nah, what?
Functional joint.
Yo, this
Functional.
is the craziest. This is the craziest joint I've ever seen in my
Let
life.
me know, man.
Bro, I thought the cross blunt.
It's the art. It's the art of rolling, bro.
I thought the cross blunt or the cross roll was like,
Yeah, nah, that shit is legendary, bro.
yo,
That was back. That was back on 420.
Crazy.
So we usually do things like that, local sessions, or any other cool things that are popping up.
Bro, that's crazy. I'm
joint
mind
is
blown right now.
that joint is crazy.
That's legit art.
I actually appreciate rolling, bro. Like I take that into I think it's an art.
Bro, I
you
can
know?
tell.
Like it's an art of rolling. So
Was that your first project? I'm sure you've had others, right? Like, what else have you
that
rolled?
joint? Nah,
Yeah, like, what
I
else
was
have
like
you rolled?
my main. I usually just kept it to that. Like I've rolled like big joints like for 420. I think they were like 7-gram joints before.
crazy, bro.
But like in art wise, that I sat down and that was the one. Like each one is a joint rolled. I had to stuff it into the big one, right? It was freaking a process, bro.
Yeah, I can tell.
Tucked it in, and then I had to wrap it around with all the papers, seal it.
Yeah.
It was a little process,
That's
but
like arts and crafts.
it
for
was
real.
it took I want to say like an hour or so, hour and a half.
Damn, I thought it would take
Hour and
longer.
a half, 2 hours. Me and my boy did it, so.
Yo,
Yes,
that
sir.
should really be an art Basel.
Bro, I
For
want to see
real.
somebody.
If it only took,
we're gonna
bro,
put a picture for you guys
yo,
to see
if it
Jinx.
only, yeah, no, for sure I'm gonna put the video too. If it only took you an hour, bro, I feel
Hour
like
and a half, but I can roll a joint in under 30 seconds.
I'm saying you should have a couple of those at Art Basel and sell
Bro,
those.
right? It's just, man.
Yeah,
I need
bro,
a
that shit, bro. People
Art
would.
Basel, yeah, I gotta start
That's a
selling
legendary
those, right?
sesh. But yeah, so what do you think you got going on next with the brand? I mean, we're in February right now, so
Man, I would
first of
love
all-
to get into a dispensary, so
Okay.
start selling, do a collab with your boy, drop a local strain, you know what I'm saying? That would definitely be a big move.
That would be huge.
They should definitely support a local brand. Just they're coming in here.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, bro.
You know, we've been putting the grind in way before, way back. You know,
I feel like you deserve your own strain.
Definitely.
At this point.
So they should.
What strain would you like to have?
Man, I would take it back to like the mango haze, you know, or something like that. That's what we used to smoke back in the day. So it'd have to be a black haze or mango haze, just for the culture of Miami.
I mean, bro.
But my favorite is an OG. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big OG smoker, or like but I would just name it like that just for where we come from and what we represent and where it came from, you know. Most OG smokers know about those strains, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're just missing a dispensary, bro. So I feel like that could definitely happen this year.
Or a lounge. We could probably have a lounge coming soon. Smoke shop lounge. Come hang out with your boys, smoke, watch some UFC fights.
Yeah, hell yeah, that would be fire.
Yes, sir. Break some cards. We're actually gonna start breaking some sports cards. So
sports cards,
cool. Yeah. Tops, baseball, basketball.
Okay.
If you're a sports collector, tune in. Game Bread Breaks.
Game Bread Breaks?
Yes, sir.
Yo, shout out Game Bread. Game Bread does it all. What?
Does it all. On Fanatics Live, you know, so tune in. Got an airplane coming, so I'm going to talk a little louder.
When is that going to happen?
We break our first one on February 14th.
Damn.
Yes, sir. So we're going live on Fanatics. You can follow us on IG, and we'll keep you informed with that.
That's what's up. Yo, but yeah, of course, we appreciate you pulling up. We appreciate your time. This is your first episode, but we're
first episode and first podcast ever, bro.
And first podcast.
You see what I'm saying? Get out the shell. Go out there. Do what you don't want to do, right?
Yeah, for real.
Do what you don't want to do. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
We're gonna keep supporting you.
I'll be back. You already know. I've been following them for a long time since they started.
The OG, that's an OG follower. An OG follower.
Always.
He's seen everything.
That's one of the reasons why I pulled up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, I appreciate
Respect the grind.
Yeah. No, we started with some.
Keep it going, and you got a big, bright future, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yes,
Yo, until next time. Thank you again.
My people. We checking out. Let's go.